We don't need less democracy, we need more democracy. And that is what I think we should all resolve, that if we want democracy to succeed, then the answer lies in making democracy more democratic, in making democracy more participatory, in making democracy more inclusive, and in making democracy as indigenous as possible, so that the unique genius of each nation, each people, will be fully taken into account in the kind of democracy that they will devise for themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite to give vote of thanks Dr. Ash Narayan Roy, Director, Institute for Social Sciences.
Shri Yashwant Sinha ji, Mr. Richard Gapwell, Carl Gershman, Dr. George Matthew. This is the second time in 2 days that I have to perform a very difficult task. Today's task is even more difficult. Yesterday I said how difficult it is to say thank you to His Holiness. This afternoon I have to say it is not easy to say goodbye. And that's why in Bengali there is a term when you say goodbye, ashchi, that I'm going to come back, and here I come. And perhaps in Spanish also they say hasta siempre, forever we meet. Since we are on this mood, I'm reminded of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, a great Colombian literary figure who got the Nobel Prize. He said two things. One was that in this modern age of modern jet age, when you travel, your body arrives, but your soul doesn't. I'm going to twist this statement somewhat. When tomorrow all of you would be traveling back home, your soul will still be with us. Garcia Marquez also said, don't expect much from the 21st century, for the 21st century expects all from you. This is more so in the case of this gathering, a gathering of great democrats, political leaders, educationists, civil society activists. This conference has given us very important message. I will just summarize in 4 or 5 lines. And I think Shri Yashwant Sinha has also given us very interesting message in the end. Democracy, to my mind, and which has been very clear after our deliberations, is a daily plebiscite. It's not easy task. Today, we have a new pyramid of power, a new topography of power. You see the power from below, which is emerging globally, whether it is citizens movement, whether it is civil society movement, you see the new dynamics, which is very positive. You also see how governance has moved beyond government. And that is very important. This is where civil society comes. Democracy is also about networking. And I think this is exactly what we know. And we will all be carrying this message, and we will all, but more so in the age of information age. But there is a challenge. In the 21st century, power is easy to get, hard to hold, and easy to lose. So 21st century will require 21st century solutions. And I think that is the challenge with which you will all be traveling back home. As very rightly said by thy king, the one Chinese lady who said no to the Three Gorges Dam. And I repeat her sentence. She said, the highest expression of dignity can be summed up in a word called no. She had the power, moral courage to say no. And I think all of you have that power to say no, whether it is to something which is wrong, whether it is dictatorship, whether it is a kind of a development which you don't want. I think this is exactly what that kind of power is also vested in you. Finally, let me do the other job of thanking everyone. So I have to thank, and I please bear with me, first of all, His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, for gracing this meeting and blessing us with all his message of love and peace and brotherhood. We were also lucky to have Dr. Lobsang Sangay, the what we may possibly call the Prime Minister of the government in exile, or Mr. Karl Gershman, for all his support that he gave for this conference, and not just this conference, but all the conference that many of us have been participating globally and regionally, and I think we owe great gratitude to him. But thanks are also due to many of the partners that have been working with NED, who organized various sessions, whether it is Solidarity Center, whether it is NDI, or International Republican Institute, or Center for International Private Enterprise. We are also thankful to the government of Sweden through the Civic Space Initiative. We were very privileged to have someone like Kailash Satyarthi. We also had Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. I am especially thankful to all the moderators, all the participants, all those who asked questions, and all those who showed patience to listen, and maybe they still had many more questions which they have not asked, and I just as you asked the question. I'm also thankful to TFD, TECC, but let me also thank the Ministry of External Affairs of the Government of India, as well as the Ministry of Interior, that is the Home Ministry, who supported us in terms of getting clearance for this, the big meeting. I think most of us, perhaps all of you, got the visa in time, despite the fact that some of the applications were a little late. So we are very thankful to the Government of India for that. Let me thank the core team, Palki, Mona, and Alana, who worked very hard to make it a success, and all the ISS faculty, staff. It will be very difficult to name all of you, since I might possibly lose one, so I will not name everyone. And of course, thanks are due to Dr. George Matthew, who is always very inspirational. His leadership, his commitment, and the moment he decides that we have to organize something, you may argue that, look, it may be very difficult, but he doesn't listen to anyone. So I think we must thank him for his perseverance. I must thank you for giving the Swagat Gan, the welcome song, as well as comparing. Let me thank each one of you, and if I have missed someone, my apologies. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So there's tea waiting outside, and dinner at 7 at the Fountain Lawns, which is when we go straight from the main gate. There's the fountains over there, and there's a garden, and the dinner is over there. So with heaviness in our hearts, but definitely hope too, I would request each one of us to just stand up and hold hands. And if we can all hold hands. All of us, let's hold hands with hope, with commitment, with dedication. We continue our work and we sing. Hum honge कामयाब, होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. Thank you very much.